Hey guys, it's Meg. I am here this week with a new video for you. This week is going to be our standard tarot reading, so if you guys want to come in and get a message from the cards, come on over, get comfortable. We will see what we need to see in a moment. Just some quick housekeeping things. If you like what you see in the video, please go ahead and click the like, subscribe, and the bell buttons. That way you can stay in the loop from when I post new work. And also it lets me know that you guys like what you see from me and want to see more. If you are interested in getting in touch with me outside of YouTube, all of my social media links will be listed in the description, as well as a list of the decks I'm using. And there is a bonus reading for this video that will be timestamped below as well. So check it out. Let me know what you think. I am open to constructive feedback, so if you have any questions, comments, and concerns, I'm happy to help clarify or make things, make things happen for you. Really fun, quick, little exciting thing that is coming up for me. It's been a long time in coming, actually. That thing is that I am going to be teaching a class on tarot. I'm very excited for that. It will be about the history and the basics of what tarot is and how the practice has been informed in modern times. A link to that will be included in the description as well. So if you are in the Claremont area where I'm based, come on by. Oh, I'm excited. Come on by. And if you can't, we may be adding a digital streaming portion of that. So that's dependent upon how much interest in the class there is. But if you wanna come see it in person, if you're in the area, check out the link. That is also in the description. I'm very excited about this class. So yeah, let me know. Let me know. Yay for that class. Okay, let's get into the cards. Now an interesting time here with this. Okay, so we're going to start with memory. Okay, so there's memory. Okay, all right. We have Sophia, which represents the wisdom, destiny, and a divine plan. Okay, there's Sophia. Okay, alrighty. We have the Pleiades, which represents a double mission of channeling and uplifting humanity. Okay. All right. And we have the Earth pulsing, which represents pulse of the mother, slowing down and spending time in nature. Okay. All right. So what I'm getting here is that there is a call for us to take some time out of our schedule if we can, because there's something about our current energy that feels maybe a little bit bottlenecked or a little bit off. Okay, I'm getting that with this earth pulsing card because we are being called to slow down and kind of pull back on what we're doing. Okay, and when we do that, we're going to be able to get back in touch with our part of the bigger picture, right? Why are we here? What are we doing? How are we doing it? are we okay and safe doing it, right? I feel like we've lost a little bit of the feel of what we need to be doing here, right? And I'm talking about this Pleiades card here. So even if it's not actively, even if you're not in a job or a position where you can actively serve humanity, there's still a part for you in the bigger picture. And I think some of us have kind of lost our way in that. We can't, we were given certain instructions. Okay, I'm going to get a little woo magic here. When we came to this plane of existence, we were given a certain set of instructions on what we were supposed to do and how we were supposed to do that. And a lot of us don't know or remember what those things were. And I think we're trying to tap back into a memory of what those things could have been. Okay, again, especially if you buy into the thought that we're bits and pieces of the grander universal energy made flesh, right? If you buy into that thought, then that's kind of where I'm coming from with being given a certain set of instructions and things like that. So what I feel we're being called to do is slow down, take some time out. You're on the right track. We need to tap into the memory of why we're here, again, why we're here, what we're doing, how we're doing it. Hopefully that keeps us clear and prepared for the next phase of our journey. Okay, so let's see what we need to see from our tarot. Okay, so I'm going to pull a main portion of our energy, and then we're going to look at some clarifying energy. So what that main reading, we're going to actually look at the hidden energy, and then we're going to look at the clarifying energy of everything. Okay, so let's see what we need to see here. Okay, so we're going to start with our Ace of Swords. Okay, we have the Ace of Swords. The Ace of Swords. We have the Eight of Swords. Interesting. The Eight of Swords. Okay. And we have the Ace of Wands. Okay. So there's the Ace of Wands. Okay. So essentially what we're trying to do is we're trying to address sort of the mental pitfalls that we've put ourselves in. Okay. I'm getting here with this Eight of Swords. This Eight of Swords generally tends to represent the ways that we hold ourselves back, the thoughts that we have that are keeping us stuck. Okay. Which is interesting because of what we just discussed in our oracle reading, right? This is anxiety, this is stress, this is feeling trapped and kind of hemmed in. The problem that a lot of times people don't see is that if you're feeling stuck here, it's probably something you're doing to yourself and not an external factor that's playing into, well, it is an external factor that's playing into that, but it isn't the sum and totality of the whole situation. You're not feeling stuck because of point A. It's because of point A and how you're thinking about it. Okay. the fact of the matter, okay, is that you have new opportunities here, especially a new opportunity to kind of rethink where your thoughts are at this time, okay, and rethink your thoughts and how this Ace of Swords and this Ace of Wands play together is that you have a new opportunity to think a little bit differently about how you're pursuing your passions and your inspirations, okay? Because maybe something isn't working to your expectation, and that's putting you, that's putting you in this hemmed-in feeling here. It's not as entrapped as you believe it is, okay? All right, the thing is that you have some blinders on with these Ace of Swords and this Ace of Wands energies, okay? Ace of Swords, Ace of Wands. So perhaps it's probably time, if you're ready to do this, it's probably time to take off a little bit of the blindfold that you put over your eyes and give yourself the chance to move forward, okay? Try and move forward, okay? Typically, the way you'll see the Eight of Swords is that the character has a blindfold on and they're bound, but not completely, because typically their legs won't be bound, okay? Again, that's the general depiction that I've often seen, but maybe you know differently, and in which case, if you feel safe to, let me know in the comments, okay? So let's see. Okay. All right. So starting with the Page of Swords. Okay, we're starting with the Page of Swords. Excuse me. The Page of Swords. Okay. We have the Lovers. Okay, we have the Lovers. Alrighty. And we have the Hierophant. Okay. All right. So there have been some lessons learned along the way, okay, especially in terms of how you are thinking about your situation. Okay, you're being presented with the opportunity to rethink, which is interesting. Okay, you're kind of looking at this from the standpoint of, I know what I know. I'm being offered the opportunity to reassess. Okay, and now it's time that I take everything, what I know, what I'm relearning, what I'm learning now, and apply those lessons to shifting a perspective. Okay. Now, this is going to come with some decisions to make. Okay. There's some choices to make with this depiction. Okay. I'm going to read this as you're trying to get something to move, something to grow, okay? And I say that we have this Ace of Wands here, which is really cool. We're trying to get something to grow, okay? And that's important because that's something that you've kind of latched onto and wanted for yourself, okay? This could involve somebody else because we are talking about we are talking about a relationship card here. But ultimately this is choices to weigh out, pros and cons to look at. How are you supposed to move forward? Okay. Because you're being asked to apply the lessons and the knowledge that you have. Okay. The thing that you need to be aware of here is that knowing who you are as a person and as an energetic being is going to help you do this work. Okay. Because you have a very specific moral compass, you have a specific set of values, you have a specific set of keys. I'm going to get that up close. Those are keys there. You have a specific set of keys that are going to help you unlock certain doors for yourself, certain opportunities. Okay. Knowing how to act, how you behave, what you need to do, all of those things. Tapping into those things is going to help you make your choices and apply the lessons you've learned during this time. Okay. And let's move on here. What else do we need to see? Okay, what else do we need to see? At least shuffle. Okay. Right. Hang tight here. Oops. Okay. Okay. All right. So we're going to, all right, let's see. I'm going to see the 10 of Cups. Ooh, 10 of Cups. All right. Okay, we've got the 10 of Cups. We've got the King of Cups. Okay, there's our King of Cups. All right. And we have the 5 of Swords. Okay. So ultimately what you're working towards is being in a state of complete happiness. Okay, this is transcendent love, this is peace, this is joy, this is feeling the effects of an emotional overflow, specifically a positive emotional overflow. Okay, this is what you've been working towards. You want to be in a stable, openly emotional place. Okay, you don't want to have to hide what you're feeling. Okay, especially because we have this King of Cups here. Okay, you worked to get to a place where you're understanding and you're understanding of what triggers your emotion, and you know how to feel it without being totally overwhelmed by it. Okay. The problem, part of the issue that you've come up against, and probably why you felt stuck, is that you've had some conflicts arise from doing this work. Okay, this could be external, these could be external factors that are putting you on the wrong foot. Okay. But this could also be kind of a subversion of expectation. And by that I mean that you were hoping for one thing to happen, but it did, but the result wasn't what you thought it would be. Okay, and that's kind of a tough place to be, because you got what you wanted, except that it didn't fulfill you the way you thought it would. yeah, it didn't give you the happiness that you were hoping for. Which, okay, that's rough. I'm sorry to see that. Okay. But the thing is, you know, you've worked really hard to get yourself an authority over your emotions. And you know what's on your heart, you know what's on your mind. Okay. And even if the expectation of what you were hoping for didn't come to pass, you're still on the road to create this Ten of Cups energy for yourself. Okay. Because this is still possible, even if this Five of Swords energy is in your space. Okay. So there's that. Let's see the final part of our main energy here. Okay. What do we need to see here? What else do we need to see? Okay. Show me what we need, please. Okay. 5, 6, 7. Okay. So we have the Seven of Angels, or in this case, the Seven of Wands. So yeah, there's some external factors that are given a little bit of conflict here. There's the Seven of Angels, or the Seven of Wands. We also have the Eight of Wands. Okay, Eight of Angels, Eight of Wands. Okay. Alrighty. Okay. And we have Justice. Okay. So, yeah, like I said with our Seven of Wands here, there is a sense that things are, you've had to stand up for yourself. You've had to address conflicts that have come up for you. Okay, I think this might be more of an internal conflict, but there's certainly some things that have presented themselves, you know, outside of you that are creating a feeling of lack of safety. Okay, I'm saying that because you've possibly entrusted information to somebody and that they haven't been enthusiastic. They haven't been as open-minded about what you're trying to do for yourself as you hoped they would be. And that's where, you know, that's where your options are being tested. That's where your knowledge of how you process emotion is going to come in handy here, because this is tough, right? This is probably the source of your anxiety, going all the way back. It's probably the source of this. Okay. Now, the fact of the matter, though, is that even in spite of this, okay, in spite of this, you still have a lot of things coming in for you, and they're happening quick, right? Which is why you need to start paying attention and kind of staying on your feet, being a little bit agile here. Because you do have a lot, there is going to be a lot happening, okay? It's nerve-wracking, but you know what you know, and you know how you feel about what you know, okay? Remember that you are being presented with opportunities and choices in all of this, okay? Now, the fact of the matter is that part of this is answering for the things that you've done for yourself and for others, to yourself, to others. You're basically answering for things that have come up in the past. Okay, so you will have to address those things, and what you're trying to do here is balance out your karmic scales a little bit, so you can move forward and you can develop a place where you can be deeply and profoundly happy. Okay. Stressful, not particularly easy, but again, remember that you are the King of Cups. You do have that energy coming forward, and it is possible to process all of the information that is being given to you, okay? Because you have the ability, especially with your King of Cups energy here, you have the ability to be analytical of what you're feeling rather than just reacting, okay? So there's our Eight of Wands. There is our King of Cups, okay? So let's look at some hidden energy here. What's underneath all of this? Okay. What's going on underneath here? Okay. Alrighty. So we have the Hermit. Okay, we have the Hermit. Cute. There's the Hermit. Okay. We have the Nine of Swords. Oh, come on, buddy. We got you. There's the Nine of Swords. Okay. We have the Four of Wands. Okay, we have the Four of Wands. All right. And we have Judgment. It's a creepy card, but we have Judgment. Okay. So, held that up for you long enough. I apologize. So, there's a question of your sense of stability and your sense of foundation. Okay, and I'm getting here because we have the Nine of Swords. Okay, this is stress, this is anxiety, this is being awake at 1 a.m. when you should be asleep. I'll raise my hand to that. That's not fun. In any case, there's your Nine of Swords. Your sense of stability is being called into question for yourself, and it's like, oh shit, why am I doing this to myself now? God damn it! You're kind of putting yourself in a place of being so stressed about it that you're kind of forgetting everything else. You kind of forgotten the fact that you're still building what you're hoping to stand on. Right? You're still putting everything together. Okay, and that's a hard, I feel like that's a hard place to be. Okay, because it puts you in a place of being unsure. For some of you, being unsure is not a feeling you particularly appreciate. Yeah, no, it's not fun. It's not easy. It isn't what you want to do, which is why you're being called to take some time out. Again, we're taking time out. I believe I said it with the oracle reading here. Because part of this, I feel like for some of you, it could have been that you kind of lost your way a little bit. Or, you're very sure of where you're going. It's just taking some time to put a wick back in your candle, relight your lamp so you can see where you're going. Okay? Because eventually things are going to change, right? The darkness isn't going to stick around forever. 1 a.m. turns into 2 a.m., turns into 3 a.m. Eventually, you're going to see a sunrise. You know, and yeah, eventually you're going to see a sunrise. Eventually, your situation will change if you are willing to rest, to take the time out to make sure that you're free and you're stable enough to do that. Okay, and so this stress and this anxiety, these mental pitfalls that you're putting yourself into, those won't stick around forever. They won't stick around forever. Okay, so that's our hidden energy. Let's see some clarifying energy here. Why are we seeing the sum and totality of all of this? What's going on? Okay. Alrighty. So we're going to see the High Priestess. All right, we've got the High Priestess. Okay, the High Priestess. We have the Eight of Wands. It's coming out again here. And so, Eight of Wands. All right. We have the Five of Cups. We have the Five of Cups. Okay, and we have the Magician. Okay, so we're getting a lot of information. Once again, we're getting this Eight of Wands here. We're getting a lot of information coming up at once. Okay, and for some of us, this is probably illustrating where we've had a shortcoming, or where we've been disappointed, where we've been hurt. Chances are we've kind of closed our eyes to those things, and that isn't serving us, that isn't putting us in a place we want to be. Okay. Now's a time to do some reflecting. Okay, this High Priestess, it's calling us to be present. Okay, it's calling us to be present, to allow ourselves to embody the knowledge that we're picking up on. Okay, yeah, we're picking up on a lot, and in order to clarify where we've been hurt, where we've been disappointed, how to process those things. It's time to make like the hermit and take some time away from what's bothering us, right? I hope that makes sense. Now, if ever there was a question of whether you have what it takes to do that work, yeah, you do. Okay, you magical, amazing human being, you. Okay, you have the capability of doing this work. You can take the time out. You can be present enough with yourself to embody what you're picking up right now. Okay, it's a lot and it's moving fast, but it is doable. This energy is manageable. Okay, so excuse me, that is it for the main reading. Let's see what our bonus reading has to say. Okay, so let's see our bonus cards here. So to start our reading, bonus reading here, we have the Serpent. Okay, there's the Serpent. Okay, we have the Return, which represents a new story, alignment, and coming together. Okay. All right. Excuse me. Okay. We have Keepers of the Earth, which says you are not alone. The ancient ancestors stand beside you. Okay. It's Keepers of the Earth. Alrighty. And we have Star Bathing, which says light body, crystal grids, transmission, and activation. Okay. Okay. So what's interesting here is that for some of you, you are transforming, you are changing, you are making changes, you're taking off the old and preparing to put in the new. Okay, getting here from the serpent, snakes, they usually shed their skin. When they're outgrowing it, they'll shed their skins, right? So that's how I'm getting to this idea of being in a place of new transformation, newness kind of thing. Okay. And this transformation is representing a return to your truths. You're using your truths to write a new part of your story. And this is coming back to yourself. Okay. And this is putting yourself in alignment with what you know about yourself, how you process. Okay. And you're not doing this alone, because you have people and friends and things that you're connected to. Okay, you've come together with this energy. Okay, and this is probably physical support system, certainly a spiritual support system, and you've been able to reconnect with that. Okay, in a way that is allowing you to activate your power and your magic and your ability to release what isn't serving you anymore. Okay. And there's our oracle. Let's get a little bit deeper with our tarot and see what we need to see here. Okay. All right, we have the King of Cups. Okay. We have the King of Cups. Alrighty. We have the Five of Swords. Okay, we have the Five of Swords. All right, we have the Four of Pentacles. Okay, we have the Four of Pentacles. All right, and we have the Knight of Humans, or the Knight of Pentacles in this case here. So there are some emotional ties to money, finances, abundance here. I'm getting here with this where is it? The Four of Pentacles. Because we're being, for some of you, you're coming out of a place of being really unsure of your ability to provide, certainly for yourself, maybe for others. Okay. And you've held on so tight. You've held on so tight to your resources that it's like, if I let go, I'm going to lose everything and I'm not going to get it back. That's certainly stressful. It's put you in a place of feeling a lot of feels. Okay. and you've had to possibly take action on those things in a way that you weren't thrilled by. That's hard. That's really tough. That's rough. That's really hard, and I'm sorry to see it. But the trick here is to go slow. Okay, take it easy. Because there could be a situation where your emotional, your emotional connection to this issue is tested, it's brought up, you have to address it. And the fact of the matter is that if you don't already know this about yourself, you will in a bit, but you have the ability to, I'm going to say it again because this is a repeat card here, you have the ability to feel what you feel, know how to name what you feel, and understand that this isn't the time to be reactive. Okay, it really isn't a time to be reactive. All right, now your Five of Swords energy is coming up here in that you have the sense of victory. So you might have gotten some things that you wanted out of the situation at the cost of what you had. In this case, this little character has a slice of cake. They've conquered the mountain, as it were. But maybe it cost them their friends. Maybe it cost them a connection that they may have really benefited from keeping. Okay, so what I'm trying to say here is that maybe you feel justified in being a type, I don't want to say being a type one, being a little bit stingy. Let's put it that way. You may have your reasons for being stingy with what you have. Okay. Because you know what, this is loss, this is a lack mentality, this is scarcity. If I give to you, I won't have for myself. Rough. That's a rough place to be. Okay. But if reacting badly to the situation that's putting you in this Four of Pentacles energy, this Four of Pentacles energy, you're going to, you might get what you want at the expense of your connections with people, at the expense of your support system. Okay. Is that what you want? I don't know. I'm going to let you decide that for yourself. But, you also have, from the main reading, you have the High Priestess. You have a bunch of cards that say, hey, let's pause and reflect. And you'll get the information you need at lightning speed. Okay. So that is it for this reading, guys. Thank you for being patient with me. I appreciate your support. If you guys like what you see in the video, please go ahead and click all the buttons, check everything out in the description. I didn't mention this, but my class is going to take place on June 9th from 2 to 3 p.m. So again, check everything in the description. The link for that will be listed there. I am very excited. I'm very honored to have been able to give you this reading. I will be back next week with another one, so stay tuned. And in the meantime of that, stay safe. I love you all. See you soon. Bye, everybody.